What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of the 3-6 Mafia presents Choices 2, the setup soundtrack. This is the album review of that. To me, this is more of a 3-6 Mafia album, if you want to be honest. So with that being said, this is probably their 6 or 7. I think it's the 7th album that came out in 2005 under Hypnotize Minds. If y'all don't know about the Choices movies they came out with, I'm going to re-review the first Choices movie and then also the soundtrack, and then now I'm doing Choices 2 soundtrack review, and I'll do the movie review. Here it is. This is the CD right here, and then the DVD is back here. Make sure I do this carefully. So this is the DVD right here. I'll review that in a little while. So right now I'm doing the CD, the soundtrack review. Y'all should know who produced the beats for the album, DJ Paul and Juicy J, as it's credited. And then the features, I'll go over the features as I go through the songs, which I'm about to do. All right, we can go right there. All right, so here we go. First one is just an intro, funny stuff. The next one is Who the F You Playin Wit? Who the fuck you playin' with? 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 Nigga, get hard, boy. And the hook, it starts off pretty crunk, like a chanting style. Lil Wyte comes through with a really nice verse. DJ Paul comes through with a good verse. Juicy J rolls in with a pretty good verse. Crunchy Black amazed me. He came through with a dope verse. Nigga know who I'm with, triple motherfucking shit. You can think that I'm playing, but I ain't playing, bitch. I can give it to you slow. I can get Frazier Boy comes through with a pretty good verse. The beat is pretty nice, and overall it's a nice way to start off the soundtrack. Then the next one is Yeah, I Rob. This features Mr. Bigg, may he rest in peace. Yeah, I rob. Yeah, I steal. Yeah, I put your body in a field. Now here I go, bitch, nigga, fuck with me. Fuck. As you can hear, it is Crunchy Black lyric on the hook. DJ Paul drops a really nice verse. Juicy J comes through with a decent verse. And then Mr. Bigg drops a really good verse. Now when I pull up at the club, I'm looking so clean. 77 cut dog, painted lime green. The hoes got. You can also hear some vocals that was sampled from one of their other songs. I'll mention that later. Crunchy Black comes in with a pretty dope verse. And then Lord, may he rest in peace, Lord Infamous rolls in with a really nice verse. Got my Uzi in my face, in a bird like my Tana. I pray one of you bitches try to step to me with Anna. So overall, this is a pretty good track. I love Mr. Bigg verse. That's probably one of my favorite verses. Today I'm married and my wife don't play. So if you want me to treat you ugly, bitch, you gotta pay. The next one is called P.I.M.P. And this features Frazier Boy and Lil Wyte. P.I.M.P. nigga, that's what I fucking be. I'm a P.I.M.P. bitch, that's what I fucking be. I'm a Overall, this is it's a decent track for me. I love the beat though. I love the beat. Frazier Boy comes through with a really nice verse. Lil Wyte does pretty nice. Crunchy Black comes in with a pretty good verse. Lord comes through with a pretty good verse. Juicy J rolls in with a good one. Something like a main event, Aurora, Tava, and if you see me cough and choke, it might be off the weed smoke. And then DJ Paul drops a really nice verse. The content though is okay. I don't really, if y'all into pimping, then I guess you will really love this track. But for me, this song right here is pretty decent. I just put it like that. Again, I love the beat. The next one is It's Whateva with Us. This features Youngbloodz and D-Rock from Ying Yang Twins. What you bitches wanna do, cause it's whatever with us. What you bitches wanna do, cause it's whatever with us. What you bitches. This track goes in, man. I love that hook. The hook is pretty catchy. And this is one of my personal favorites off of the album, to be honest. That bass line is sick on there. And then DJ Paul comes through with a really tight verse. A worldwide trick, how you gon' compete? You only on the radio in one goddamn city. So check your cricket bill, bitch. Juicy J rolls in with a good verse. And then y'all know Sean Paul, not the reggae singer, but the rapper. Sean Paul comes in with a pretty good verse. And then J Bo, he rolls in with a nice verse there. D-Rock, he drops a really nice verse.
Hey, shit say long get on. Nigga, don't be fucking with me if I ain't fucking with y'all. Cause I'm ready for the...
Overall, like I said, this is probably one of my personal favorites off of this album. They rolled through overall with a dope track. Past That Sh. This features Frasier Boy and Lil Wyte.
While you sitting there babysitting, conversating with the weed. Pass that shit, nigga, pass that shit. Man, you fuck.
You heard it, Lord Infamous is on the hook, and he did pretty good. So y'all know what this song is about. It's about smoking, all that good stuff. Frasier Boy rolls in with a pretty nice verse. Crunchy Black drops a good verse. Lord Infamous comes through with a pretty good verse.
Put your 20 on the dope, just let me sit and have a smoke. Automatic, then I grab it, yes, my habit is the toke.
Lil Wyte, he does really nice with his, and then DJ Paul and Juicy J drops a really nice verses. This is actually another one of my personal favorites off of the album, even though I don't smoke like that. For the smokers out there, I'm pretty sure y'all would definitely like this track here. Squeeze It. This features Frasier Boy and Lil Wyte.
We looking for them J-Lo booties, big ol' ass, running fat. Let me squeeze it, let me squeeze it.
This is one of them songs, I'm gonna be honest, when I first heard the first part of the song, I didn't really care for it. But after listening to it again, it started to grow on me, man. I ain't gonna lie, the hook is pretty catchy on this song. And there's a nice sample from Kaya. Y'all know that song, My Neck, My Back. Y'all know that song.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this.
Yo.
Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss.
For those that remember that era. But anyway, Frasier Boy comes through with a pretty solid verse. Then Crunchy Black rolls in with a nice verse. And then Juicy J with a nice verse. Then Lil Wyte comes through with a nice verse.
Whenever she sees it, but once you got me going, it's on. Ain't no reason for you to be wanting to go home. You got to give it to me nice and...
DJ Paul does really nice with his, and then Lord comes in. This is probably one of my personal favorites from Lord off of the album. He drops a really nice verse.
Brandon saying I called her Dana Brainiac. Let me meet the family, all the women, they're for maniacs. She got the biggest brown...
Overall though, y'all will be amazed. This track is actually pretty not bad. It's pretty good, man. Definitely for the girls to shake their little behinds too and all that stuff. And like I said, this... If let's just say if we was at a party or something and this song plays, I guarantee people will love it, man. Like I really kind of dig this track, and I'm not even into party songs like that. The next one is called Official Crunk Junt.
All my niggas on the left side, let me hear you speak. All my niggas on the right side, let me hear you speak. All my niggas in the back.
And it's a nice little crunk song. Lil Wyte rolls in with a really nice verse. Then Frasier Boy does pretty nice.
Catch me in the bay daily, wildin' like I'm going crazy. Watch these niggas cause they shaded. Problem pay me that 380 for these niggas try to play me.
Crunchy Black comes through with a solid verse. Juicy J does really nice on his. DJ Paul comes through with a really solid verse for me. And then Lord drops a really nice verse. It's a nice beat. If you're into crunk music or you like crunk style, then you'll really dig this track.
Beat him up like he stole some. Beat him up like he stole some. Beat him up.
Who I Is. This features Trillville and Lil Wyte. This was considered their single. I'm going to say that in quotes. The track itself is pretty good. It's a nice crunk song with a catchy hook. And this is, if y'all go on the movie, you know, if you pop the DVD in to watch the movie, this is the song that plays on the menu. If y'all don't know who Trillville is Dirty Mouth, Don P, and Lil LA. So Dirty Mouth rolls in with a pretty nice verse. DJ Paul comes through with a nice verse. Then Don P does nice. Juicy J does nice. Lil LA does pretty good with his verse. And then Lil Wyte drops some really good verse.
I know by now someone told you about the in Memphis 3-6 picked up 2 years ago. This was strictly big business. I went through plenty of shit.
Overall though, I think this is one of the better tracks off of the album. I'm not necessarily my personal favorite, but I'm sure people would like this track. Shoot Up the Club. I think it's a decent track, but it does gets a little better with the track. Crunchy Black rolls in with a solid verse. Frazier Boy does nice.
Kinda drunk, kinda high on the edge, so don't try. Show your ass in the club. When you leave, you gon' die. Let's the jump before I jump. Please don't let me.
Hook is the hook is from other songs. Like if you hear the hook, I think Crunchy Black lyrics is from a song. I can't remember which one. Lil Wyte drops a nice verse, and then Juicy J, DJ Paul comes through with a nice verse.
A lot of rappers in my city want my crown, but they ain't so no rappers and they pockets ain't round. The only thing they
I mean, like I said, it's a decent track. Not really one of the first songs I would play, but it is what it is. Stanky Stanky.
roll it up, smoke it up. We call it Stanky Stanky. Cough it up, choke it up. We call it Stanky Stanky. Roll it up, smoke it up. We call it.
This is a pretty nice track for the smokers, I suppose. Lil Wyte drops a really nice verse. Frazier Boy does nice. Juicy J, it's a fair verse from him. And then DJ Paul drops a really dope verse.
We wrote the Rovers main all the way to LA. Cause LA got some of the best in the USA. Me being the king, I can't smoke it.
But overall though, it's an alright song. One Hitta Quitta.
One hitter quitter, that one hitter quitter, quitter, one hitter quitter, that one hitter quitter, nigga find out and get.
Now this one, I'm loving this song right here. This is straight up Crunk. This is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album. DJ Paul drops a really good verse. Frazier Boy does really nice. Juicy J does a little nice verse. And if I'm not mistaken, it sounds like a little slick diss he's doing.
Acting hard, he been listening to the Posse Song. Don't let this rap music get your dough knocked on.
Anyway, Lil Wyte drops a really nice verse. Crunchy Black does solid. And then Lord Infamous drops a great verse for me. This is probably one of my favorite verse from Lord.
War vet, hit a play, hit the deck, so say, you should want suspect with a one, hit a quitter, and some shit.
Overall though, this is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album, One Hitter Quitter. This song right here would definitely make you want to fight up in the club, straight up. If we was in the club, we'd be going wild. The next one is Getting Real Buck.
Now my niggas in the club getting real buck. Now my niggas in the club getting real buck. Now my niggas in the club.
This is from a Gangsta Black line. And it's a nice, this is considered a DJ mix. Not bad. It's pretty much good for the club to start a fight.
Yeah, they done fucked up, cause the players on the scene. Yeah, they done fucked up, cause the players on the scene.
The next one is I Sho Will. This is the remix. This features Lil Flip.
Would you beat 'em to the floor in the club?
I sure will.
Would you jack 'em even if they ain't done?
I sure will.
If they acting like a bitch.
This song is actually pretty good, man. I actually like this remix a little bit better than the original remix. But Lil Wyte comes in with some really dope vocals. Like, he goes in on this track. Then Lil Flip drops a nice little verse.
I let you come to my house, I even broke bread with you. And when you had beef, I used to bust a head with you. But now you got.
And then the last part of the song, the beat changes up. That's when I was like, oh man, this is the same beat from the Tear the Club Up 97 version. And then that third verse, Lil Wyte comes in with a really dope verse.
Ain't trying to get shot by no motherfucking punk. A nerve I dated, had too many drinks, and all of a sudden Crunk pick me up, let me out, blow me.
Like I said, this is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album, just because of the change up beat alone. I think y'all would definitely like this one right here. Definitely dope. And then the next one is the Posse Song. And it has Lil Wyte, Frazier Boy, Crunchy Black, Juicy J, Lord Infamous, and DJ Paul. Y'all know how they do with the Posse Song, with the Mafia, you know, that chant. But Lil Wyte drops a really nice verse. I think he's taking slick shots too at a certain artist. Then Frazier Boy drops a really nice verse, and then Crunchy Black does what he normally does, a nice verse. Juicy J drops a nice verse, and then Lord Infamous, man, he drops a really dope verse.
I wish a motherfucker would put his hands on me. Have his cranium popping off like John Kennedy. See your enemy.
And then DJ Paul drops a really good verse. It's a slick diss as well. I think it's aimed at someone.
It ain't that evil, I hope the nigga get well. Claim me solid as a rock, but I seen his face swell. Like going to your mother.
But overall, this track, this Posse song to me is probably not the best Posse song, but it's pretty good. It's good enough. I'll just put it like that. And this is a nice way to end off the album. And then y'all know how they do the outro and all that stuff. So that's all the songs that I reviewed for this album. I pretty much did most of it, you know. To rate this album out of a 10, I will give this a solid 8. Y'all should know by at this time in 2005, 3 6 Mafia made a name for themselves. And I think this was just shortly before the Most Known Unknowns came out. If I'm not mistaken. I think this came out first and then Most Known Unknowns. I'll review that album in the future. So for those that want to know. Overall for this soundtrack here, I think it was decent. They got some really Crunk songs on here. This was around the time when the Crunk thing was out there. Was saying all that, I think this album is worth getting if you're like a die-hard 3 6 Mafia fan. If you're not really the biggest fan, this would not be the soundtrack or album that I would start with. I would start with When the Smoke Clears or Chapter 2, all those other ones before. Or I'll even go as The Unbreakables. But again, with that being said, it still has some bangers on here, don't get me wrong. But I still wouldn't think this would be the first selection. If you never heard of 3 6 Mafia before, or if you never heard their music, this wouldn't be a good start. This is pretty much an album that any Memphis fan would have or would like to hear. I will review the movie, and I'll have clips and stuff like that on this, and I can tell y'all what I think about the movie. But anyway, with that being said, shout out to the whole 3 6 Mafia. Rest in peace to Lord. Rest in peace to Mr. Bigg that was featured on here. I think that's pretty much it. All right. Much love to the real folks. And I'll be on here back with another review. All right. Peace out, guys.
The reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the review.